Okay, hello. We are here from GosuGamers, and today we have Akke. Now we have Akke with us. And so, how are you? What are you feeling about the tournament right now?
I'm feeling great. We had a great run like yesterday and today, so of course it just feels great to have won 4 games against the Chinese and 1 game against Liquid to prove everyone wrong that thought we were gonna lose here. So very pleased.
I think Orange is actually Malaysian. They're not
Oh,
Chinese. Okay. So this is your first time in China, right? So how do you feel about China? What's different between it and Sweden?
The food is very different, but the food is really awesome. We had been out to eat some typical Chinese food, and like 95% has been really nice. So it's been fun. We had ramen yesterday as well, which was great. The people here are so nice. The fans running up and taking pictures and wants us to sign autographs. It's just been great. The only bad thing is the traffic's like everyone is so crazy. I feel like I'm gonna die every time I'm gonna cross the street. So I hope I will survive when we cross the streets the next day when we go to the tournament. But yeah, it's good. It's good here. Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of fans here. Fans that go sign need your autograph and stuff, and Loda is probably getting most of it. What do you think about that? Like the difference between the Chinese fans and the Swedish fans in general. Like whatever tournament you're participating in America or whatever.
I guess the fans here are a bit more hyped. They like think we are a bit like stars, you know, if you compare to singers and stuff like that. So of course it's more fun to be here. Like people are like screaming, "Oh, it's AKKE or this Loda." Mostly Loda then, but yeah. So it's very fun, and actually some people came up and said that they've been fans of me since SK Gaming in 2008. So that's really nice to hear. Yeah.
Okay, so basically this tournament, there has been a lot of upsets, and also especially IG. You guys knocked out IG earlier, and what's wrong with IG? Like they was unbeatable till like I think since like 2 weeks ago, and then suddenly they lost Tongfu and they lost to you guys and lost a bunch of games, even to Liquid. I'm no offense to Liquid, but IG is like godlike.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Like what do you think is wrong with them right now?
I think they just gotten into a bad run with the draft and with the play style. If I think about the games, I think DK had the strongest draft, but we had a pretty good lineup, like the Ursa, Roche strat, so we managed to win against them. But like IG's draft today, I don't know about the Juggernaut support, and they picked CK Wisp, and as far as I know, they haven't practiced much with it since Wisp hasn't been popular here at all. So I guess they try to adjust to maybe our playstyle and some other Asian teams, but they aren't really there yet. But I do think they have the potential to become they are a top team, but like with the current meta game and with the current draft, I think they just need some more time to adjust to it. So yeah, that's probably why they didn't perform so well this tournament.
Okay. I think I also think that LGD has been performing exceptionally, like so good. They had like roster problems a few weeks ago with Long DD and DD. What makes them so strong now? I don't know if you have you been watching some of the replays from before, like before they had not much. Okay. So what do you think of LGD in general, like right now? Because I don't think you guys ever face LGD.
I only played against them in TI2, and during TI2 they were super strong. They went like 14-0 in the group stage or whatever. But it feels like they are really strong right now as well. Shao 8 is doing really well in mid. So I do think they can, like, it could be LGD that comes to the grand finals to face us, and I guess it will be a bit different in a best of 3, and now they had have time to play us to like think about their draft and stuff like that. So it will probably be harder for us tomorrow, but we still have some strats and some things that we haven't shown. And we actually thought about the game versus IG that we didn't want to choose a strat that we wanted, like we didn't want to show all the strats because we were already in the grand finals because we beat LG. So it didn't matter actually if we won versus IG, so we just played a pretty normal strat and we managed to win anyway, so it was nice. Yeah.
About the Roshan trick, I mean, you guys have been running the Roshan trick for, I mean, a few games now. I mean, 3 games, I think. Why? Actually, it puzzled me. Like, why did you guys run it so early? Like, it was the first game of the tournament, and you guys are already revealing that strat, which I guess you guys have been prepared for a long time. Was it tailored for DK, or was it just you guys just screw it, just run it?
Actually, we hadn't prepared for like a long time. We were boot camping for like 4 days, and the last night we were like just fooling around. Like, okay, let's try to make a really good road strat, and we were like thinking about heroes. And then someone said like, okay, maybe we can just TP mid and go there. And we're like, okay, we're gonna try that. So it was like tipping 5 mid, 4 mid, and 1 to the right. And we tried like Venomancer, Shadow Priest, Furion, so many different heroes, and we found this. And we like timed it every time, so I think we killed it at the fastest at like 52 seconds before the creep spawns. And we also tried to run from Sentinel with smoke and everything like that, and we found out like, okay, even if they smoke, they don't have time to run there. So it felt pretty strong. And no, it wasn't tailored for DK. We just thought we would use it as fast as possible, because you never know if you have time to use it. Like, we have to have Dire, we have to get Syllabear. You know, there's a lot of things that needs to we need to get a certain hero. So when we banned, and we needed to ban some heroes as well we didn't want to face, so everything turned out well, like in the banning stage, and we got the lone druid, so we just thought, why not? And after seeing the games and their draft, I feel that DK could be one of the strongest teams here, and maybe we face them in the finals, because their strat there, it was so hard for us to push, even though we had a really big lead. So I think it was a good choice to use it early anyway.
Okay. Have you been talking to LGD Int, because they've been here in China for a long time? I mean, they probably scream against all these Chinese teams. Did you like? I mean, I guess you guys arrived quite early. I think it was 3 days before the tournament. Yeah. And did you guys had a chance to talk to LGD Int about like how the Chinese plays or something like that? Because as you said, you never really watched LGD play before. So did you talk to them?
No, we haven't talked about the Chinese playstyle really that much. Maybe S4, he has a bit more contact with them. I do have watched like the Asian teams play, but not that much. But no, we were watching LGD play Rattlesnake or something. We went to the venue, like another venue, and they played a game. But other than that, we didn't speak much to them about the playstyle or whatever.
Okay, so about the boot camping, I think you guys had, rumors about because when you guys were picked up by Alliance, and a lot of people are saying that you might come here to China to boot camp. I'm not sure how much of that is true. Anyway, what do you think is the difference between the environment here and there, like when you boot camp and start playing seriously?
I guess if we actually get a house in Sweden, it would be pretty much the same. It's just that it's more common here in China that people have gaming houses, and we actually were waiting for G1 to see like if we needed to go to China, like if we would like lose so hard versus the Chinese teams. You could actually think, okay, maybe we need to come here to practice, to learn how to play against the Chinese teams. But after this tournament, I think we feel comfy with going back to Sweden and get a gaming house there to practice more and practice against the EU and NA teams. But other than that, I don't think it's much a difference between like having a house here or there. It's the same.
All right. So about, as you said, gaming house is probably okay in Sweden, but obviously a lot of people don't actually think so. But anyway, that's okay. But so what do you think is the play? I mean, there's obviously a play style difference between the East and the West. Obviously, Liquid did the Slug pick, and I guess it's the first pick in the whole tournament. Nobody did it. And how much of an advantage do you think you guys have? Because Europe has a lot more, diverse picks, I guess. Because if you look at TI3 West, there's so many crazy picks, Treant Protector as well, Slug especially. What kind of advantage do you think you guys have against the Eastern teams when it comes to picks?
I think we have a lot of advantage with that. Like if you see at their bans, the second stage of bans, they always try like maybe they ban like Anti-Mage, Void, and Spectre versus Lowdown. Then we pick like Alsh or PA. PL. So, or they try. It just feels like they try to ban out a player, and we always have some other pick. It was fun to see that LEG and IG banned Chen first. I was really happy about that. I was sad that I couldn't play Chen, but it's always nice to see that they think it's a good pick. But yeah, back to the question. Of course, it's good to have a big pool of heroes to be able to pick from, and the Slark pick, like we've been thinking about Slark a lot, but we haven't practiced it. Liquid had been playing it some, and they played it great now as well. So I do think there is an advantage to have a bigger pool, of course.
Okay. So about Slug, obviously it's probably the big difference between East and West. So you said you haven't been practicing Slug, right? Have you been practicing like Treant Protector and stuff, like all these other Euro picks?
Not so much with Treant as well, but we pick a lot of different heroes with we have PA, well maybe not so much different, but like Spectre, and we have these carries like PA. I haven't seen like any team in Asia that picked PA, for example, and we find it really strong against like Nikes and some of those heroes. That is a really top pick here, like first pick here in China. So yeah.
Okay. Well, the commentators earlier, I'm not sure if you can hear them from inside the booth, and always no you can't.
Well, just slightly when there's no other sound or something, but we can't understand much since it's in Chinese. So
no, but you can still hear it though. You can still hear the Chinese commentators. They speak in Chinese, and you can hear some of them. Do you think it's a disadvantage that players can actually hear through the player booth? Obviously, I think DK sort of heard the crowd was going like whoa during the Roche attempt. And do you think it's like a disadvantage for you guys for that they can actually hear some of this?
It is, of course. We actually told them after the show match that you could hear so clear, because there's this big sound thing like next to the booth. So, and the in-game sound was so loud, so we could hear like everything, like TPs, and so I think they lowered that because I haven't heard that. And also the casters made sure not to like have the camera on Roche when people do Roche. So, and they also said that they won't reveal much when they speak and cast the game, but I'm not sure, like I don't know what they speak about. So, but of course it's an advantage for them, I guess. And also there are some info that are missed out for us, like it was supposed to be this time like if it's a 3-man tie, they go for how much time you lose and win between the teams, and there's no info about that. There's no info about it in the paper that we got. And also the show match was a bit of a joke. Like we entered the booth, it was random draft, and we thought it was gonna be like normal drafts. We had prepared like fun strat with like Zeus and Furion. Yes, I mean it's a fun strat to play in a show match. But then we came into the booth and it was random draft. They had first pick Nikes, and we see, okay, we have 10 seconds left to pick 2 heroes. And I was like, okay, it's a like we were so sure that we were gonna remake and that they failed. So we like just ran on 2 heroes and we got Tauren and Shaker, and they picked like Invoker and this, and we ended up like having Viper and Shaker and I don't know, like 5 random heroes, and I was Viper mid, and Mushi got to play Skywrath Mage and he had never played it, so we switched seats after the game started, and I had TP'd mid with Viper because we missed the creeps. Yeah. because we were AFK in the base and like asking it's a remake, right? And they're like yeah, wait, and then they like never came back, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna TP here, and we switched places, and he had this legacy keys, so I had it's just mess. But of course it's a show match, so we didn't care that much, but it was a bit of annoying of like not having the info. Because it's not that fun to go into a game and just get stomped before you're gonna try to prepare for the real game versus DK and play this game and like just getting stomped and just wanting the game to end. I just like it's not that fun to just walk around and know that you're gonna lose and whatever. So
you've been to DreamHack and all this Tor Open and stuff. What do you think? Do you think the G1 League is actually like badly organized? Because for media like me, like I didn't get internet the whole first day. I didn't get internet until like 6 p.m. earlier. And do you think that players like don't even have proper seats? Do you think that G1 might be badly organized?
I think one of the thing like 50% is like super good organized, and then they lack some stuff like the internet and maybe the seats. But on the other hand, they do other stuff like so well. They make sure we have water, the food, like ask us if there's anything. We have a guy called Chen who like takes care of us a lot, and so that part is really good. But then there's this info thing. Yeah, and now we are pretty lucky because we have Kelly here, Lola's girlfriend, who can translate for us. So she tries to keep up. Like watch out for and like talk to them about stuff that might concern us. So we've been lucky that she's been here. But yeah, some stuff is badly organized, of course, but on the other hand, some aren't. So I wouldn't say it's like worse than Remake, and I wouldn't say it's better either, but of course they can improve some stuff.
About Kelly Milkis, I think she just arrived suddenly. I'm not sure because she told me that she just like rocked up. What happened that night that she rocked up? Like, did she tell you that she was coming before?
She was speaking to me, so it was actually kind of a surprise for Lola that she's gonna come, and her flight arrived at like 6 a.m. So I opened the door, and then she went to Lola, and she went and kissed him on the cheek, and Lola thought it was me. It was like, Akke, what are you doing? And he was saying it like Swedish. So it was pretty funny to watch. Like, it was like, oh my god, what are you doing, Akke? So it was pretty good that he wasn't like, oh, Akke, come here. It was pretty awkward, but it turned out well, so it's fine.
Okay, so assuming that you guys do win this, you guys are seeded directly to the grand final, which is perfect for you guys, I guess. What would you do with all this, possible cash that you'd be getting?
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit, I don't know, I haven't thought about it really. But just like knowing that we are second in this tournament just feels so great. And like coming into this tournament, it felt like we could go 0-5 or 5-0 or whatever. It's so hard to know how you will do against teams that you haven't played against. And this hype, like the Chinese teams are so good, and people saying that they quit watching Western Dota because the Eastern Dota is so much better because they doesn't do mistakes and all these things. And even though it's just comments and stuff like that, it's in your head. But coming here and showing, and also like representing Europe and America, and show that we are as good as the Chinese and CA teams. It just fits great for.
Speaking of American teams, Liquid just I think I literally just lost to DK. What do you think? Like, how do you think they could done better? Like, what do you think? They lost a lot of games. The first 2 games, I guess, and after that, even their games against DK, they were winning. They were winning before. I think it was 9-3, and suddenly they just lost. Like, what do you think is wrong with it? Do you think LAN experience is the problem?
I'm not sure, like, but it just feels they were so close. Like the games that they lost, it wasn't like completely stumped. Maybe it was like one game versus LED, but a lot of the games were so even, and they just like lost. They had like one bad fight, and that made the game like turn in the opponent's favor. So I just think they have to watch the games and like try to correct the things they did wrong. But I wouldn't see it as a failure for them. I mean, they stomped IG, and come on, like it's big. Even though IG went 1-4, it's IG. So I think they should be proud for winning the qualifier or coming second. So I mean, just coming here is a big achievement and a big reward. So I don't think they should be sad or feel that they fail or whatever. Like, they place 5th or 6th in a really big tournament. So
speaking of TI3, I mean, TI3 is coming up very soon, and you guys just sort of showed the world that you guys can compete against the Chinese, which was not realistic at all last year. Do you think that this year will be like a Chinese dominant? Because I think it was top 8, like 7 of them were Chinese except for Navi. And do you think that this year more of the Western team will make the top 8?
It's so hard to say. I do hope so. Like, it's an even tournament, like it's 50-50 or whatever. But I still think that LGD and DK, their draft is really good. They're gonna place high in the Tier 3 tournament. But like, it's so hard to say if it's dominant from them. But I do think it's gonna be more Chinese or Asian teams in the top, but probably and hopefully more Eastern teams in there as well, and not only Navi.
You mean Western teams?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's all for the interview today. Would you like to give a shout out?
First of all, shout out to my girlfriend who turns 26 today.
You might want to look at the camera.
Oh yeah, sorry. Shout out to my girlfriend who turns 26 today. Also shout out to Alliance and our sponsors Razer and Monster. Shout out to all the fans, especially the Chinese fans who's been here. I'm not sure if they're gonna watch this, but shout out to them anyway. Also the people that believe in us from the Europe and NA. It feels really good to be able to give something back to you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. And this is here from GosuGamers, and stay tuned for more coverage from G1 League.